Sherman. And I am the perfect male specimen. But I'm not always like that growing up. I was wimpy, I was nerdy. Steve Urkel glasses, Jim Carrey's haircut from Dumb and Dumber, and Mr. T's gold chain. I pity the fool who understands calculus. So I was a nerd to the core. I was a nerd to the core, and I was a nerd to the core. I was a nerd to the core. I don't play sports. I don't collect baseball cards. All I do is I wait in line for my textbooks to be autographed. Studying is my contact sport. Studying is my contact sport. So, but I grew up in Hong Kong, which is already the easiest part of Asia. I only have to study 15 hours a day. I'm lucky compared to those mainland Chinese kids. They have to study the same 15 hours, then make sneakers for another 15 at the factory, and clean up after the pigs for another 16 in the family farm. And that was a Sunday half-day schedule. So my middle school made me run track during a track meet. So we are nerds. So the world record for 4x100 is what, 36 seconds? It took us over 10 minutes. So every 10 seconds, some of us reach out for our asthma inhalers. And every 5 feet, some of us get cramps. And some kids just drop dead over there. It's like Squid Game meets Hunger Game meets Special Olympics. The teams are so bad. It's like the Jets play the Giants. So, a few years into my marriage, my wife asked me to get my ears checked because she said I'm not hearing her. So I went to see this ear specialist, and he is an older gentleman. So after the exam, he sat me down, and he said, I'm developing a chronic case of matrimonialitis. Whoa, doc, what is that? Is it bad? Young man, let me tell you, you are now married. Of course, we husbands selectively hear what our wife said. You're fine, don't worry, go home. So I tell my wife the good news, my hair is fine. She said, you're never going back to see the doctor again. And I was like, what? What do you say? Now I'm married for 18 years, and people ask me, what is the key to a long marriage? Well, happy wife, happy life. Unfortunately, it's harder said than done. Easier said than done. But hey, for us guys, our needs are much more simple. Happy husband, happy ending. So, I picked up a new contact sport as a dad. So it's called getting your kid into a prep school. It really is a contact sport because you have to suck up to all your contacts who can get him into that school. The ass kissing is even worse than those Trump cocksuckers trying to get a job in the White House. And having my kids with homework is even more stressful than playing fantasy football. You only have one kid and you cannot trade him. I was obsessed with his stats like GPA and SAT test scores. I had to tell him, bro, you are an Asian, not a Bayesian. And my wife asked me, why am I so grumpy lately? How can I not be? The world, the country is being torn apart. On the right, we have the maggot idiots, or I call them the maggots. On the left, we have the liberal, radical communists. And then you guys in the middle. I don't want to go left, I don't want to go right, I just want to go forward. And it is ironic that for sexual identities, we have straight, LGBTQ, 2AS+, minus, HIJK, LNOP. And yet, when it comes to politics, we only have two fucked up parties to vote for. And don't even get me started on inflation. Things are so goddamn expensive these days. I remember as a kid, I can go into the store with $1 and come up with a bag of chips, some candy bars, and a 6-pack of Coke. Now, they have cameras everywhere.